Good Faith Media is in Dallas, Texas this week, attending the Compassion and Justice Conference sponsored by Fellowship Southwest. We're here with Executive Director Stephen Reeves, who is leading this event. Stephen, congratulations on this conference. What can participants expect as the conference unfolds over the next couple of days?
Well, thanks, Mitch. I'm really glad to have y'all here as well. We're going to be focused on compassion, justice, and connection. So we're going to talk about how when Christians and churches get outside the walls, how they alleviate suffering, do compassionate mission type work, but how they can also have a focus on advocacy and justice. So we're going to hear from speakers about what they do, what they're passionate about in areas of Native American justice, immigration, racial justice, and hunger. But we're going to really focus this week on connection as well. So not just hearing information and taking that in, but sitting around tables, sharing meals, and figuring out how we go from this place and work together on those things that we're passionate about.
One of the big issues that your organization has been working on over the last several years has been your border ministry down in Texas and Mexico. So tell us a little bit about what kind of work is going on there now and how people can find out more about how they can get involved.
Yeah, happy to, Mitch. So for the past several years now, Fellowship Southwest has developed a network of border ministries from Tijuana all the way to Brownsville, Matamoros. So across the whole border with a concentration in Texas. But these are folks who have pastors and churches and individuals who have really upended their lives to follow the call of Jesus, to welcome the stranger and to minister to them. And we raise support and send funds and make sure they can stay on the ground doing the work they're called to do, feeding and sheltering and protecting migrants who've made that traumatic and dangerous journey. And so we've got a few of those folks here. We're going to be talking about immigration. We can help folks support them, pray for them, go down and visit them, see for themselves what the border's really like. But we're also going to have that lens of advocacy. What's going on in public policy? What can we do to more humanely address what's going on at the border? And so folks can go to fellowshipsouthwest.org and sign up for our newsletter. Nearly every week we're telling stories that we're hearing directly from people, migrants themselves or those ministering them, about what it's really like on the border.
And then finally, one of the big issues across the country this year during this election cycle is the rise of Christian nationalism. I've seen you at the state capitol here in Austin and in the Capitol in Washington, D.C. What is Fellowship Southwest doing to counter Christian nationalism?
Well, I think oftentimes when it comes to public policy, I see kind of often immigration is the tip of the spear on Christian nationalism. It's folks who feel like this nation is for a certain type of people and not for others. So when we talk about immigration and we talk about change in policy there, a lot of times that gets right to the very heart of the type of things that folks have a Christian nationalist mindset are reacting against. So we, rather than a specific, an emphasis on Christian nationalism, we see it playing out across different issues. And so we're going to be talking also about public education. We partner with Pastors for Children and others to oppose privatization and this kind of nefarious use of public schools to promote a very narrow Christian sectarian agenda. And so we'll be looking at that as well, definitely coming up in the Texas legislature starting in January.
Well, thanks, Stephen. Well, Good Faith Media is in Dallas, Texas at the Compassion Justice Conference hosted by Fellowship Southwest. You can find out more about Fellowship Southwest at their website. Until then, keep living good faith.